Hello everyone, this is an average rate of change worksheet, and this is going to be a short video, 2 questions. We'll go right through it. Number 1, Nelson took a summer job for 5 weeks where he received a weekly salary plus tips. His take-home pay is recorded in the table at the right. What is the average rate of change of his weekly take-home pay over the 5 weeks of his job? Show all work. So just remember, with average rate of change, when you figure average rate of change out, they have to give you which intervals to use. And in this one, it does say average rate of change, figure it out over the 5 weeks of his job. So we are going to do that. And now week 1 becomes X1. His salary is Y1. Remember, time is always X and Y is the salary, money. And instead of putting X2 over here, well, over the 5 weeks, what was the rate of change? So we're going to go all the way down here. It's telling us we have to use 5. So the slope formula, as always, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we're going to set up our formula just like this. And we're going to use y2 minus y1, which is 80 minus 60. And then 5 minus 1. I suggest using a calculator. Alpha x, 80 minus 60. Denominator, 5 minus 1. Press enter, you get 5. And so we have 5, the M, and that is $5 per week. And that's the average rate of change in his weekly take-home pay. That's an increase per week. And that's it. All right, just remember, you can't use whatever points that you want here, whatever coordinates you want. It is saying average rate of take-home pay over the 5 weeks. So you have to use the first one, x1, y1. That's why we're using that. And x2, y2 is the 5th week there. All right. And for number 2, the table below shows the height in inches y over the period of time in years x. So years x, height y. Find the rate of change. Let's go to the highlighter, rate of change of Kelly's height from 3 to 5 years. They're telling us 3 to 5. So let's go ahead and put x1, y1 to 5, x2, y2. So let's go ahead and put the slope formula down. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Perfect. M equals, and we're going to put the minus signs in, and we have y2, which is 45, y1, which is 37, and x2, 5 minus x1. Again, we are going to bring up the calculator. Move this over a little bit. Alpha x brings up the fraction, numerator and denominator symbol, and we're going to ready to put that in. 45 minus 37, that's y2 minus y1, and 5 minus 3 in the denominator. Press enter, you get 4. So M equals 4 inches per year in 3 to 5 years. From 3 to 5 years. That's it. All right, find the rate of change, going on to the next one, of Kelly's height from 5 to 6 years. Okay. Now, instead of using these points as my x1, y1, x2, y2, I'm going to go 5 to 6 years. So this is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. So again, we are going to write down that formula of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we'll set that up. Y2 is 49 minus y1, which is 45. We are using the 5 to 6 years that they told us to use. And then it's 6 minus 5. This one I do not need a calculator for. 49 minus 45 is 4. And 6 minus 5 is 1. So M equals 4 inches per year. And it's in the 5 to 6 year interval. So guess what? Take a look. 4 inches per year from 3 to 5 years, and then another 4 inches per year from 5 to 6. So what do you notice about the rate of change of Kelly's height in the 3 to 5 and 5 to 6 year intervals? Justify your answer in a full sentence. Take a look at the rates from 3 to 5 years and 5 to 6 years. Yes, they are the same. So this is what I put, answering in a full sentence. The rate of growth was the same in the 3 to 5 and the 5 to 6 year intervals. Kelly grew 4 inches per year in each of those intervals. The same. And that's it. Just remember, average rate of change is really just taking the average, the rate of change that you already know. And the reason why it's average rate of change is because these functions are non-linear. So when you're taking the rate of change of a linear function, you have the same slope throughout, right? The slope is constant. That's what makes it straight. But in these cases, it's not the same. In this case, it was in this question. But a lot of times when you take the average rate of change, it's of a non-linear function. And that means the slope changes throughout. Right? And so that means they have to tell you which interval to take that slope from. And that is average rate of change. Hopefully that video helped you, and thank you for watching. See you next time.